What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with FlexPeel episode 143. Today was week 24, day number 5, my secondary bench session of the week. I started off with Duffalo Bench. Quickly has become my favorite accessory. I really enjoy the extra range of motion from the camber, even though I'm a little bit wider. I noticed that if you go closer, it kind of negates the camber, but I feel like I'm decently wide. I don't know how close this is to my normal bench uh, width, but I think it's right there. I don't think they would make it different, but um, I quite like this movement, and I've progressed it pretty hard. I think the most that I ever did before was like 8, 7 reps, but I'm pretty excited to get into like the lower rep ranges, like fives and stuff, because it has helped me develop quite a powerful uh, chest drive, I guess, out of the hole. It feels if I feel very very strong there. But you can kind of see here, I was trying out the heels on bench, a little bit of a lifted shoe, and I'm gonna be honest, like I tried it last session as well. I just don't like it. It's the feel of the shoe. Maybe it's not the heel specifically, but it felt like when I'm driving into the shoe, I'm putting power into it. It's like compressing, and it doesn't feel like my leg drive is strong. Even though I might still have like the same amount, it feels off, and it kind of got me thinking about, especially I used if I use continue to use heeled shoes at this point, right, as I regain my mobility for like squat. I think that it's just gonna have to be the Romaleos or the tier like L2s, which apparently they fixed the compression on them. Because I just don't like these lower heeled shoes where it just feels like when you're, putting pressure into it, it's just compressing, and it's not like pushing back, I guess, if that makes sense. Like you don't feel powerful in the shoe. And although that may be just a mental thing, and maybe when you get above a certain weight, it starts to matter more. Obviously, it doesn't matter that much to me right now because I'm not consistently repping over 400, but it feels bad. So I think that if I do use heeled shoes, it's just gonna be a hard TPU heel with like a hard inside, because I really did not enjoy that feeling of being compressed and trying to leg drive. But also just wanted to get into it. Like, I have kind of changed my gym shoe because I used to come in my Nike Monarchs, which are quite lifted. They're kind of like Hoka's, but less expensive. They got quite a lifted heel, and they kind of compress on the inside too. And I don't know if this is just like a mental thing of I just feel stronger, but when I'm doing my accessory lifts too, with this flat, shoe of Vance's shoes, I just feel so much more connected to everything, and it feels better. I feel a lot stronger. Um, and I think that maybe that's just purely mental, but maybe there's something to that as well. I can't be too sure, but um, this felt bad. OHP today felt pretty disgusting. So it's kind of trended that way. It's been feeling bad on my shoulders. I'm trying to give it some time, but I think that especially with the lower back tweak that I've kind of been dealing with from the stiff legs, this felt pretty bad. So I think that unless something changes next week, I'll probably just switch this one to a machine shoulder press because we have quite a few that I enjoy. Um, and I don't really want to deal with that stability aspect on a tier 3 exercise, because I feel like it kind of is also making it just harder for me on my shoulders um, to get the work in. Right, I just want to focus on my shoulders. I don't really need to be doing OHP. Besides the fact that it was pretty fun for a little bit, I enjoyed it, but um, I think I'm treading the line here, maybe just going towards injury instead of strength and hypertrophy. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. I'm a little bit torn on that one because I really did want to get a strong OHP, but I think when I'm pushing everything else, it's a little bit hard to kind of push OHP as well. So maybe we'll come back to it in the future, but I can't be too sure about that one. So overall, it was a pretty good workout. Despite feeling a little bit under the weather, I came in, I exerted, I made sure to at least match numbers, which I always try to do on accessories, even if I can't go up. I think matching is always a good option as well. You can't be focused on just trying to go up all the time because progression isn't always fully linear, and you can progress by just matching. As long as I don't, trend downwards. If I do, I try to get more reps. So, um, that's kind of a little bit of insight into what I try to do every single session. It's just either go up, match, or if I'm going down, try to get more reps. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for my squat session. Thanks for watching.